Wow.
But that gives a little history about me and where I came from. Born and raised in Rochester, New York, graduated from Madison High School, and met my bride of 55 years. She was attending East High School, which was on the other side of town, but you know, you had to have a girl on the other side of town as well as a girl on your side of town. So anyway, she's the girl from the other side of the tracks.
Very good.
I joined the Air Force on the 13th of July of 1949. Went through basic training in San Antonio, Texas, Lackland Air Force Base. When I graduated from basic training, I was identified going to radio operator school, Morse code radio operator, Morse code as well as voice. So on the 13th of September, I graduated from basic training and went back to Rochester, and then went to radio operator school. I was in class 11099C. That's November 09, the 9th day of November of 1949. It was a 32-week radio operators course where I had to learn Morse code, learn how voice operation of radio, and how to be able to plot aircraft progress to different radio relay points. So basically I learned some navigation, and I was a good radio operator. I learned very rapidly. I enjoyed Morse code. I can still send. That was my CQ sending my information out, but just thoroughly enjoyed it. Anyway, when I graduated from radio operator school, shortly after that, in fact within a few days, the Korean War broke out. And I went back to Rochester, New York to see my fiance, my girlfriend, excuse me, not fiance, my girlfriend, and enjoyed my 2-week leave from coming out of radio operator school. And I told her, well, honey, the war has just broken out, and the military has a policy that they'll let you go home on leave before they ship you overseas. So I'm going to Logbourne Air Force Base in Columbus, Ohio, just 300 miles away. And if something happens, I'll get a chance to come home if they're going to send me overseas. Well, that was my thought. I got to Logbourne on a Friday evening just before midnight. I had to sign in before midnight. And I did. And the CQ said, well, we have a standby inspection in the morning. We'd like you to, you can go ahead and wear the uniform that you have on, because your other uniforms, I guess, are all folded up in your duffel bag and would be wrinkled. So stand by your bed, make the bed in a dust cover. The commander will come through and he'll introduce himself then. And I said, all right. So the next morning, bright and early, I was up and I had my shoes shining like new money. My uniform was looking as good as I could make it look. And I was standing by the bed 7 o'clock when the commander came through, and he said, so you're Simpson, the new man? And I said, yes, sir. He said, well, since this war is broken out, we don't get a chance to meet our new men. I don't get a chance to meet my new men too often. So welcome, and don't unpack your bags. And I said, oh. No, he said, folks have been shipping out from here. Some of them get to stay, but most of them ship out. And I said, oh, okay. So Monday morning, 9 o'clock, over the intercom, the barracks had loudspeakers through our intercom loudspeakers, and they called, Winfield, Coleman, Jackson, report to the orderly room immediately. Well, Winfield, Coleman, and Jackson, those were 3 guys that graduated from radio operator school with me, and I knew them. We ran around together, good friends, very good friends. So I run along with them to the orderly room. 4 of us were standing there. The first sergeant takes out this Twitch teletype message and said, Winfield, Coleman, Jackson, you're restricted to the installation. You'll be reporting to APO 239. You'll be departing here Thursday morning. And I just thought that was the greatest thing in the world, that I got a chance to stay and those guys were going. And I just cracked up, hey, I'm staying, you guys are going. And I laughed and just thought that was so much fun. And the first sergeant said, what's your name? I said, Simpson. And he said, Simpson, you'll be leaving here Thursday. Coleman's name I added because it was the top of the alphabet. We had Jackson and Winfield, but we had 3 slots to go. So I'm inserting your name in place of Coleman. So that's what happened. I ended up leaving Lockbourne Air Force Base, going to Camp Stoneman in California, boarding a ship at Treasure Island, the General Buckner, and we went to Okinawa. I arrived on Okinawa on August the 20th of 1950. Was a radio operator assigned to the 623rd AC&W Squadron, the 529th AC&W Group, and spent from August of 1950 until February of 1952.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant
There
Colonel
I
Jessica
was
Baker.
Lieutenant
assigned to the
Colonel
851st.
Baker, just kind of looking at the proud history of the 623rd, how did you feel when you first learned that you would become the commander of the squadron?
I was extremely honored and proud to be selected to command what is believed to be the oldest unit on Okinawa. These gentlemen that came before me are true warriors and have served in every combat operation in the Pacific from World War II, and just to be able to join their legacy was an amazing opportunity.
That's awesome. How does it feel that you're still in touch with some of the original veterans of the squadron today?
Actually, I've only met 2 of the veterans in person. The first one I met was the day before I assumed command in 2005. Mr. David Law came to the island. He was on vacation. And he just had the most amazing knowledge of the unit, probably the best I've ever seen of any type of historian. And he brought us so many photos and archives and the official history of the unit for our little museum that we had in the building. So I was just totally taken aback by his knowledge level and expertise. So after meeting him, I'm really looking forward to the reunion so that I can actually meet some of the veterans in person instead of just contacting them over email.
I bet. Well, just kind of looking at your history, how do you see that things have changed between 1946 and now?
A lot of things have changed and a lot of things have stayed the same. Things that have changed is obviously the transition from Kadena Air Base to staying at Naha Air Base in the new Japanese-run facility, whereas before it was American-run facilities. Now we only take care of the American missions there, whereas before we were running the air defense for all of Okinawa. But some things are the same in the sense that we're still really important to the defense of the Pacific Theater, which is the United States' largest area of interest in the world. And the other thing that has changed is the fact that the American personnel have to drive an hour each way to and from the facility at Naha to do the missions. So that's a little bit different than what they had before.
Okay. Well, just if you kind of think back about your experiences, what would you say? What was your most fun or your greatest experience while you were commanding in Japan?
Probably the proudest moment that we had was after our sister squadron, the E3 AWACS unit, lost one of its 2 aircraft due to maintenance issues. We had to control 100%, our little unit, 100% of the missions to support Kadena Air Base, the American aircraft that were on there, and also visiting Navy and Marine Corps aircraft on 2 to 3 scopes. And we did this with 35 personnel and with a little bit of assistance from our sister Marine Corps unit from a Marine base nearby, and also some of the AWACS personnel were able to contribute 25% of their missions. So we did this for an extended period of time. I don't know how we did it. The Japanese weren't real excited about giving us some extra scopes, but we were able to get it done, and that way the Americans were able to keep their proficiency during that time.
That's amazing. Well, is there anything that you would like to say to the 623rd veterans?
I would just like to say that it's a great honor to be invited to participate in this video and also to participate in their reunion. These gentlemen have laid the groundwork for the command and control career field as it is today, making it the best in the world. And without them, the facilities in Okinawa and the relationship that the unit currently has with the Japanese would not be as strong as it is today.
Well, thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Baker.